Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Dog Video. I'm your host, ADHD and attention coach, Jeff Copper. And I'm here today to talk about attention. And really, attention is this thing that's fascinating to me. Most people don't really understand it. They think of attention as what you're paying attention to. It's actually not. It's kind of like a flashlight. A flashlight might illuminate something, like if your house is dark and you're trying to get out, you might have a flashlight and it might illuminate your keys. The keys are the object of the light. They're not actually the light, if you will. The light is what's coming from your flashlight shining through the air. And what controls what you pay attention to is really kind of inside your head. I realize all that's a little heady for some of you guys out there, but I'll move forward and say one thing that I've learned as a coach is that only you can witness what you're paying attention to. In other words, inside your head, you control that flashlight and only you can see it. And as a result, you can't see what I'm paying attention to. So fundamentally, when it comes to attention, you're flying blind. And so what you do, which makes a lot of sense, is you go out into the world and you look for evidence that you're paying attention to the right thing. And so that might manifest by, if I asked you to give me a green folder, a green cup, or a green jacket, and you gave it to me each time, that's evidence to me, because I got what I wanted, that I'm paying attention to the right thing and that those objects are actually green. In fact, they're not. They reflect green light. Now, on an everyday basis, that's immaterial to me, but my point really is I become to believe that those objects are green because I get what I want, when in fact it's not. So here's the thing, is what you do is you typically are looking for evidence that you're paying attention to the right thing and you're not looking for what you missed. Okay, so with that as a kind of a foundational type thing, it's interesting to me because when you really begin to understand attention, we begin to realize that everybody's mind, belief systems, experience in life formulate what's going on inside of your head, and sometimes what's obvious to you is not so obvious to everybody else. And so today's video is really to give you an idea and put you into an experience to think what it's like. This is a blue shirt, okay? Can you imagine what it'd be like to describe to a person who's been blind for life the color blue? Think about it. Where do you start? There's no reference point. It's really very much of a challenge. Well, you probably have taken for granted everybody knows what blue looks like. You're not really discounting for those that are colorblind and those that are blind either. But I find self-observation and witnessing what's going on and really the different brain wiring that exists for many people out there, neurotypicals and neurountypicals, is really when we go out there in the world, we're assuming that everybody knows what blue is when in fact that they don't. And that idea of describing blue to a blind person puts you in a little bit of an experience to really begin to understand the challenges. Now, as an attention coach, I'm always listening for the person who might be struggling because I'm not sure what blue is, but I'm listening to it in order to kind of help them begin to understand. And it's led to some amazing discoveries. For example, I found most people with ADHD have a time management system, and most of them are organized. Most people can't see it because they're paying attention to what their version of organization is, or in this case situation, they're paying attention to their shade of blue. I'm hoping most of you get that metaphor. A little bit of a leap there, but again, you have your vision of blue, you have your vision of organization, and somebody else might not necessarily have that, and it's like maybe trying to see their version of blue if you're blind, or trying to describe it to them. So anyway, today's tip was really just kind of help you begin to open your eyes and understand and put you in an experience what it's like to really struggle and know that attention is individual to the person. So again, a little bit of an intellectual video today, but I hope that you've enjoyed it. We have more practical tips on a weekly basis that are released on Monday, so if you please subscribe to our video by hitting the button below, and we certainly enjoy your comments. We hope you've enjoyed this. Take care.